Hey everyone, welcome back to Peach's Cuz page. How y'all doing? Well, her channel, I'm sorry. Back to my channel, Peach's Cuz. And we are here for Real Housewives of New York recap. Okay, Rhony Recap. Okay, the ladies wake up to a very cold house. The heater's not working upstairs in their rooms. And Jessel complains about that. We learned that Jenna left that same night without saying, the night before, without saying goodbye, and they begged her to stay, but they said that she just left without saying anything. Um, I think she was hurt by Jessel's comment that her, the lingerie gift she gave her looked like a Christmas tree. Oh, goodness, girl. But she said she had a 6:30 calling, so she had to work. So Jessel makes a comment that her house is by the ocean and Aaron's house isn't. Aaron was a bit bothered by that, and she asked Jessel, "What does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? Just because her house is by the ocean and her house isn't. What does that mean?" And just reply was, she probably wants to wake up in her house and look at the views. I don't know. That's what she said. Every time I get on these videos, I'm burping. Why? I don't understand that. Oh my gosh, this is annoying. I guess it's nervousness because I'm always nervous no matter what. Excuse me. I'm nervous. Well, I'm not always nervous. I'm not a nervous, but you know, I'm doing this is something new to me, and I'm coming out of my comfort zone to make these videos. So, although no one is in the in the same room as I am, you are looking at my videos, and you're paying attention to me. So I'm grateful. Thank you guys for my subscribers. I appreciate it. Back to the show. Uh, um, Jessel replied that she don't, she want to wake up to the views. She don't know. And Aaron comes back with, "You think my house isn't good because it's not on the ocean?" And Jessel is like, "No. Did I leave last night? No." So Sai comes in and slides falling on her butt. And she said she came in for the tea. In her confessional, she says it's Aaron's fault because her floors are too clean. That's why she fell on her butt. She slid and fell on her butt. So Aaron will give Jenna's room to Bryn. That's what she said. She would give Jenna's room to Bryn, and they think they think it was rude of Jenna to not say goodbye, and rightfully so. At least say goodbye. But it looked like she was telling them that she was leaving. They were begging her to stay. So where did she not say goodbye? I mean, did she just walk out the door and just after they had that conversation and she just left out the door and didn't say bye? I don't know. When I'm going over someone's house and I don't want to stay, I will say I am leaving. I will see you all later. Bye. Have a nice, have a good night. See y'all later. But they were having she said that the music was too loud, and they were having fun. They were, and she had a 6:30 call, so she had to work. But she could have stayed there and worked from there, I guess. I don't know. Um so So Jessel is trying to call Jenna, but she has no signal. Sai, in her confessional, says that Jessel doesn't realize that her delivery is too abrasive sometimes, and she's too aloof to realize it. Uh, could they all just be grateful that they're all on a free trip free 99, and I'm gonna have to use that. I'm gonna have to use that free 99. This is free 99. I have to use that. Erin wasn't able to make her shashuka for everyone, and Jenna returns with coffee. Jessel asks her, um, how did she sleep, and I got notes. Yeah, I got notes. So you're gonna see the page turn. You're gonna hear the pages turn. You know, Dot Willica. Yes, my name is Willica. Peaches Cup. Peaches Cup comes from the two nicknames. My daddy calls me Peaches. My mama called me Cup. Peaches Cup. I use those. Nobody else calls me that. Anyway, only but my daddy and my mama. But anyway, um, uh, back to the show. Jenna's reply, not good. The storm was insane. Aaron says, oh, there was no storm here. Jenna asks, what time did they all go to sleep? And they said, well, Aaron said around midnight, and Uba chimes in saying that she killed the party. Aaron again asks, why did Jenna leave last night, the night before? And Jenna reply was, I had a 6:30 call. And Jessel complains again that her room is cold, and Uwa says she thinks Aaron treated Jenna so good because she gave her the best room. Sai says she agreed because she's sleeping in a child's room with the crib. It's Jenna says, let's back this up for a moment. You guys were partying, the music was too loud, and my room was right above where the music was playing. Aaron says it was 10 o'clock. It wasn't late. Sai says in her confessional that Jenna acts like an old person, a geriatric. And she said, this is not a senior citizen home. Step out, grandma. Step out. Yeah, I have a sister like that. My eldest sister, she likes to go to bed early. When we all get together, last May, not this May past, last year, May, my sister rented a house. My sister next to me, she rented a house. We all paid for it though. They rented a house, and we all went, although I didn't stay. I went back to my house because it was close to my house. I stayed in my house. I went to visit. So like I say, when I'm not staying, I say goodbye to everybody. I don't have to stay. Anyway, my sister, she goes to sleep before everybody. And the party just gets started. She want to go to sleep. I'm like, okay, okay. Okay, enjoy your sleep. But and back to the show. um and my sister, she's gonna be mad when she look at this video. I don't know if she's one of my subscribers, but she's gonna be mad when she see this video. um so what was that? Jenna said that she didn't think that they would notice. And Sai says that they did notice. Sai said they noticed. So Uba says you didn't want her to cook her shashuka, whatever. Shashuka, whatever. And Jenna says, you are all grown women. You can do what you want. What you want. If you wanted to make shashuka, you could have made shashuka. So they go on and on about her leaving. I mean, it's just drawn out. Mostly the whole show is drawn out about her leaving. Goodness gracious. I'm exhausted from the conversation. I am. Like exhausted. They leave to get dressed for their workout. The trainer David arrives, and Jenna greets him at the door. She's on the phone She's probably still working. She's on the phone with somebody. Aaron and Uba walks in and greets him, and Uba is taken back with him. She says he has beautiful skin and a great smile. The rest of the ladies greet him with a hug. Uba says she doesn't work out, but today she will because she likes David. She wants to get David. Sorry, I got something on my face. She wants to get David. She likes David. Anyway, David gets the ladies all set up for the workout, and Bryn arrives. Uba says Bryn shows up to the Hamptons like a pimp. Because Bryn had on a fur, she said she was head to toe fur jacket, but it's a fur coat. She said fur jacket. And that's not the Hamptons look. That's what she said. That's Mississippi, like down by the river. I don't know how it is in Mississippi. I've never visited. I really don't want to. Um, I don't know how it is in Mississippi. Anyway, what was I? Bryn greets the trainer with a hug. They know each other. They know each other, and she likes him. She wants to get with him too. She likes him. Uh, and Jenna says Bryn was birth flirting. And she says she's sure the doctor wanted to date her because the girl could turn a paper bag on. She could turn a paper bag on. And she needs to take some lessons from Bryn in her flirting. Uba tells her to step aside. You have strep throat. Don't give my man strep throat. And Bryn says that Uba is the most uncoordinated swan. She said Uba is the most uncoordinated swan. Anyway, so Jenna and Aaron talk about her leaving again. Like I said, it's on and on. The whole seems like the whole episode is about Jenna leaving. Goodness gracious. So Aaron and Jenna talk about her leaving, about Jenna leaving. Like I said, I'm tired of the conversation. I'm exhausted. I'm bored of it. And Bryn says her not going to one restaurant reservation, and then Jenna left someone's house in the middle of the night to go back to her own house. And it's like all is forgiven the next day. It's 1,000%, quadruple percent, a double standard times 10. So the ladies are getting ready for the lunch, and they come down, and Jenna is like, did they all coordinate? Because they have on khaki, brown, light brown khaki. That's color. White and white. It's like, I think they black too. And they look like they were in a girl group. I think that's what Jenna said. They were like in a girl group. So they all dressed the same, kind of, sort of. Heels and whites and khaki, which they didn't all manage to manifest at her house. So Sai says she doesn't try to be glam. She just slay all day, even on her off day. That's something she should use. I slay all day, even on my off day. Slay all day, even on my off day. Slay all day, even on my off day. I don't slay. I don't have those type of clothes to slay. Yeah, I don't. Uber says in the Hamptons, you bring it. So they all go to Page Restaurant in the Hamptons. They all order their drinks, and Sai is happy she's going to eat because it's like 2 episodes. They're starving these people. Sai is hungry. They're starving these folks. What? These people are hungry. And Aaron, because Aaron didn't get to make her shashuka for breakfast. So Uba asks Bryn, is the trainer single? Like I said, I'm turning pages, and you're going to hear pages turn. Bryn thinks he is. So she says, dating hack. So keep an album of nudes. your best nudes in your phone. So when you go to parties and you see someone a lot, I think that's what she said, a lot, or you like, uh, I think that's what she said, a lot. She says to stand and mindlessly scroll through your nudes and zoom in. And Uba says, that's a bad idea because any guy looking in your phone, and you have nude pictures of yourself, he's a pervert. And I agree. I wouldn't have anything like that in my phone. I don't have anything like that in my phone. Mm-mm. That's not me. Maybe I'm a prude, but hey, that's yay prude. Um, I wouldn't advise anyone to do any of that. Mm-mm. Don't do that. Um, no, don't do that. So, what was it? Uber also says maybe that's why there's three engagements. Wow, three engagements. Did you get them all that way? Did Bryn get them all that way? Mm. She also says you lose them how you find them. So I agree with that. That's how you lose your man. You want to keep him and do another approach. But so Bryn and Jessel asks Uba what's her go-to, and she replies, she smiles, and she asks for directions. So she says she smiles and she asks for directions. I never did any of that. I don't know what I did. I don't even remember because I've been with my husband for this year be 21 years. This year it will be 21 years. Me and my husband. I don't remember how I caught him. I walked up to him. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I walked up to him, and it wasn't because I wanted to get with him. I actually didn't like my husband at all. I didn't like the person I saw when I met him, but we went out on a date anyway, and I got to know him from the date. So I'm like, okay, I'm starting to like you. You seem nice. And I learned from there that we had the same religion, so yeah. And that made me like him more. Uh, so half the table goes to the restroom, and Jessel says, how do always half the table have to go to the restroom? Because they do. People are supposed to hold their pee. I mean, I really don't like going to public bathrooms. I really don't, but if I really, 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 really gotta go, I'm going. You know. So Bryn is talking to Jessel, and she says she's going to let it go, and yet not. How is it best friends in less than 24 hours since Jenna flew off, and she's seeing a double standard? If she pulled that last night, she would be on the street. In her confessional, she says she's held to this absurd standard. Crucified, burned at the stake, but Jenna just ups and leaves in the middle of the night. And now, 22.3 seconds later, they're having a little kiki in the bathroom. They're having a little kiki in the bathroom. Um, so she brings it up to Aaron, and Aaron says, well, maybe I like her a little bit more. Aaron also says she was annoyed and offended that she didn't say goodbye to Jenna. She's annoyed and offended by Jenna that she didn't say goodbye, but Jenna apologized and they moved on. What else could she have done? Uh, she did she want to throw some? Did she want her to throw something at Jenna? That's what she said. So Uba says she's watching a French movie because Bryn brought up stepping on Aaron's dead dog, and Aaron is like, "Why are you bringing up a dead dog?" And Sai says it would be easier for her to understand quantum physics. It'd be easier for her to understand quantum physics than for her to understand Bryn's point right now. And maybe she doesn't understand because she's starving. The woman is hungry. She's starving. And Jenna said she didn't want to leave. She drove home by herself in the dark, and she was like, boo hoo, boo hoo. Anyway, so Aaron says that says that makes her feel bad because they were so loud. Jenna tells her no, it's supposed to be a fun girls weekend, and she had to work. So Jessel says you cannot please everyone. So Aaron says definitely not you. So Jessel says, "Oh no, here we." She said, "Oh no, here we go." And Aaron tells her, "You're not pleasable." And Jessel says, "I love that you think that I was complaining." Aaron says, "We're not thinking you were complaining." Jessel says, "There's two things, the heat and the Wi-Fi." That's what she was complaining about, the heat and the Wi-Fi. Sai says, "What are you talking about? You couldn't stand the gift that she gave you, about that the lingerie gift that Jenna gave Jessel." And Jessel is like, "Oh my God." So Bryn asks, "What was the gift?" And Jessel says, "Jenna kindly gave everyone gifts. It was lingerie. Mine was green and black lace. It was a gown, green and black lace. Y'all remember?" And it's not my style. I would have just accepted it, regardless if it's. I would have, just accepted if it wasn't my style, because it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Even if you don't like it, just accept it and be happy about it. Don't make nobody feel bad because you don't like it. Be happy that they were thinking about you. So, Sai says, "You didn't say it was not my style. You said, I hate it. I look like a Christmas tree." So Jessel says she was being funny about it, which I didn't take that as being funny because she was upset. She was upset. And Aaron says, well, it wasn't nice. Uba in her confessional says she honestly thinks Jessel is crying for help. Please, guys, it sounds like sometimes that I'm not pronouncing my words right. I read a lot, and and even in my mind when I'm reading, it doesn't come out right. It sounds like, so I have to say it out loud for me to get past these words, because it doesn't sound like I'm saying them right. So anyway, um, so Uba thinks she's crying for help. She just had babies. She had to go through a lot of IVF. She thinks she still have the trauma of it all. My child turned on the light for me, so y'all see me bright. uh, so Jessel says that's how she felt. Maybe she shouldn't have voiced it all. Maybe she should just zip her mouth closed. In her confessional, she says she would think Jenna Lyons would come to her directly and tell her how she's feeling. Instead, she have Sai and Aaron ambushing her. So she says to Jenna, I thank you for your thought." She would very happily exchange it for something more her style. Aaron says in her confessional, "Just put on the Christmas tree lingerie and say sorry." For someone who haven't had sex in 2 years, oh my gosh, I just said it. For someone who haven't had sex in 2 years, she had a lot to say about lingerie. So Jenna says, "If you have brought something, that a friend had made to everyone, and the people that tried it on starts talking it down, how would you feel? So Jessel says, now that you're pointing it out, I see that I wasn't sensitive to you. I see it now. I do. She said she was making fun, uh, that she looked like a Christmas tree. She wasn't. She wasn't making fun. Like I said, she was upset. She didn't like it. Now, those were her true feelings. She backpedaling. She's backpedaling. She wasn't making fun. She was truly upset that she looked like a Christmas tree. And I didn't think she looked like a Christmas tree. I think that she needed on a bra. That's what I think. And I'm not trying to body shame her or anything. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a person that body shames another woman, because I don't even like the way my body look. So I wouldn't do that. But she shouldn't do that, you know. And maybe she was saying that she didn't like it because of the way her body looked in the dress. But be grateful for what you get from someone. Okay? Jenna in her confessional says there's something that is not connecting for Jessel. She can't acknowledge she can acknowledge. I know how to say the word. Sometimes don't come out right. Acknowledge that, oh, maybe that wasn't the nicest thing to do, but then turn around and actually do it again. Bryn asks Aaron, where will she be sleeping? Jenna says she can take her room because she's going home. And Sai tells Jessel that she should go to Jenna's house since her room at Aaron's home is too cold. It's too cold for her. So they leave to go back to Aaron's house. Jenna says she came with a lot. She came with a lot of jeans and sweaters. Sai says that Jenna has the largest closet out of everyone, and it's filled with button-down shirts. So Uba has something for her to wear. Uba has something for Jenna to wear. It's, and it's pretty. It's pretty. It's a black dress. It's so cute. It's Jenna. It says Jenna. When she put it on, it screamed Jenna. It looked just right on her. Anyway, so uh, so Sai says that she wants Jenna to come out of her shell. She wants Jenna to open up and come out of her shell. Sai says she wants Jenna to open up and come out of her shell. So they all meet downstairs, and Jenna comes, and she is smoking. She's beautiful. Like I said, the dress screams Jenna. She looks. That dress says, is if the dress could have her name on it, it would. It's Jenna. So Jenna says she says that she used to dress like that when she was trying to attract men, but now she doesn't need to do so. And she said the next day, she will be back in jeans. And Jenna appreciates Sai for accepting and celebrating the gift she gave her, because she paired it with a black skirt, blazer, and diamonds. And it looked so good. It looked good. So the ladies love the Japanese food, and Aaron is happy. They start to play Two Truths and a Lie. So Aaron starts it off with she did it in a car in the senator's office. So they all think that the senator's office is the lie. She says next game, and she called and she says she's not telling the story because they're surprised. They're surprised that she actually did it in the senator's office. So she tells her husband over the phone in her confessional that she did it in the senator's office, and he's like, the kids are in the car. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. So Sai loves to be choked. Bryn doesn't like looking at her partner. Jenna's ex-boyfriend fell asleep on her while they were doing it. Uba did it in Central Park. Jessel had two popsicle sticks in her goodness. So she won the game. Jessel won the game. And they all get comfortable, and Erin calls her husband to help her turn on the fire pit. And Sai wants to throw a match into the fire pit. I would do the same if it's not coming on. And maybe that's the wrong thing to do. But I would like, let's throw a match in there. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Sai and I are wrong. I'm sorry, guys. My kids keep bothering me. They're like, oh, they keep coming in here, bothering me. I'm sorry. They're teenagers. You can hear them in the background. Get on my nerves. So Sai talks about not liking the dollar store because her dad used to get Christmas trees from the dollar store and place it on top of the speaker and lean the gifts up against it. She said her family moved all over the place and that she was always the new girl and got bullied. She moved out at 16. She moved to Brooklyn and in an apartment with her friend from high school. She said the rent was cheap. She worked at Sears and she's been on her own since she was 16. She said her parents couldn't take care of her. Her mother was around, but she couldn't afford to take care of her. She said her mom didn't have a very big place. She was renting a bedroom, so there really wasn't any room for her to be there. Um, so she said she had to find a place to live, so she went to college, but she couldn't afford it, and she had to drop out in her junior year. She said she pretended to go there for summer school, and she stayed with the friend in her dorm because she didn't have a place to live. She said that she dreamed a lot, and she wasn't going to settle for mediocrity. She wasn't going to settle for mediocrity. Bryn can relate because she had a somewhat similar life, and I did too. I think most of us in America, had similar lives like that. You know, I'm not gonna get into mine, but I wanted to be a singer. I can't sing, but I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to have maids for my mother, and you know, we wouldn't have to struggle so much because we struggled a lot. Um, so Erin asked Jenna, was she staying the night? And she answered yes, and Bryn is happy. That's the end of the show for that episode. So we'll get back to the next episode next week. Hope to see you guys here. Love you all. Thank you for subscribing, and make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. See y'all later. Bye.